Hello, today we are going to practice making holes. This activity is called 1.3.2 drill block. First thing you need to do is go up to your data panel, open that. You want to find your IED Designs project, and you want to open up your Unit 1 folder. Once you have that done, you want to go over to your file, click Save. We're going to title this 1.3.2 drill block. Make sure our location is correct and click Save. Once that updates, we can close the design panel. We're going to double check our view cube, make sure it's in the correct orientation. For this activity, we want this to be in inches. So I'm going to go over to my document settings and I'm going to change my units to inches. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and click Create Sketch. I want this to be on my XY plane, so I'm going to click XY. We're going to create a center rectangle, so I'm going to go down to Create and Rectangle. We want this to be the center rectangle. There's 3 different types. Make sure you are choosing center rectangle. I'm going to go to my origin point, and I'm going to start dragging out. You'll notice when I do this, at the bottom of the rectangle, that dimension box is highlighted blue. That means I can go ahead and update my dimensions there. I want that bottom one, the horizontal, to be 5. So I'm going to type in 5. I'm going to hit the Tab key on my keyboard, and I want the side to be 3. And then I can hit Enter. Okay, so this horizontal at the bottom should be 5. This vertical on the left side should be 3. At this point, we're going to click Finish Sketch. We're now going to extrude this. So remember, you can either right-click on it to get the marking menu and extrude, or you can go on up here and click Extrude. We want to extrude it. We want to extrude it 2 inches. So we're going to type in 2, and then click OK. Now you're going to go up to your view cube. We're going to click where it says Top on the top of the view cube, because we want to look at the top view of our drill block. This is where we're going to be doing all of our work. We're going to create our first hole. This is a simple through hole. It has a diameter of 0.5 inches. So we're going to go up to our create hole. So you can either click hole here, or you can do the drop down and go to hole. Okay, so we're going to click hole. We want our placement to be single hole. And you're just going to go ahead for the face, you're just going to click the top of it, just wherever. We're going to center it here in just a moment. So we're going to start off with our first reference. Our first reference is going to be the left edge of the block, and I want this to be 0.75. My next reference is going to be the top. There we go. And my top is going to be 1. Okay. We want our extents to be all. So you want to go down to all. And then we're going to leave the hole type and hole tap type just like it is, because we want a simple hole. We're going to go down here to the diameter. This is the diameter of the hole. And we want to change this to be 0.5. And then we're going to click OK. And there is our first hole. Okay, hole number 2 is, we're going to go back up, click hole, single hole. We're going to click on the top of the block. For my left reference, I'm going to click on my left. I want this to be 1.75. And then I'm going to do a top, and I want my top to be 1 again. Okay, this one, let's see, where are we? Our extent is going to be a distance, so that's what we have. We're going to enter 2 for the whole depth. So right here is depth, this first box. We want this to be 2. So that means this isn't going to go all the way through the block. It's going to go 2 inches through the block. We are going to go down to our diameter. And we want the diameter to be 0.375. Okay. And we want the hole type up here to be counter bore. This is our counter bore diameter here. We want our counter bore diameter to be 0.75. And then we want our, let's see, where did it go? Oh, sorry, got it wrong. This is the counter bore diameter here. Sorry about that. This is 0.75. And then our counter bore depth is this one. This one's 0.5. Okay, so reading these from the top, and we want this, and we want this one to be a flat drill point. So once again, we want to do our distance from the left at 1.75, distance from the top, 1 inch. We want the extents to be distance, hole type to be counter bore, hole tap type to be simple, and our drill point to be flat. Okay? Our depth is going to be 2 inches. Our counter bore diameter is 0.75. Our counter bore depth is 0.5. And then our diameter is 0.375. You can click OK. Okay, we're going to go on to hole number 3 now. Hole number 3 is going to be a countersink. So we're going to click hole again, single hole. We're going to click on top of the block. This time we're going to do a right reference. So I'm going to click over here on the right. My right reference is going to be 2. And then the top reference is going to be 1. Okay. Our extents are still going to be distance. Okay, and this one we said is going to be a countersink. So we want to choose our countersink. Our hole tap type is still going to be simple. And our drill point, just want to double check. I do believe our drill point is still going to be flat. So now we're going to get down here to our dimensions. So our hole depth is going to be 2.25. Our hole diameter is going to be 0.25. Our countersink diameter, which is this one, is going to be 1. And then down here, we're going to keep this at 82 degrees. And then we're going to click OK. Okay, we got 1 hole left. Go on up to hole. Do placement again, single. I'm going to click on the block. Okay, this one is going to be a counter bore. So we're going to select, let's see, our right edge. Our right edge is going to be 0.75. Our top edge is going to be 1. Okay, our distance, we want our extents to be all. Make sure I'm doing, we want this to be counter bore. This is a counter bore. Okay, so let's see, our hole diameter, down here, the hole diameter here is going to be 0.5. Our counter bore diameter is going to be 0.75, which is what we have. And then our counter bore depth is going to be 0.625. Right, and then we can click OK. And then you can go ahead, you can look at, you should have 2 that are going all the way through. You can see like that. Now what I want you to do is I want you to chamfer the 4 edges that go around the drill block. So you're going to go on up to modify, you're going to go to chamfer. This is going to round the edges. You're going to choose the 4 edges that go around the top. So 1, oops, I missed. Let's try that again. Hang on, let me cancel. We're going to do that again. Do chamfer, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so we have all 4 of them. And then we also want to select the 4 at the bottom. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now you should notice in this box, and I got the wrong thing chosen. Sorry, this is supposed to be chamfer, not fillet. We do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn to the top. So you want all 4 top and bottom edges chosen. You should look over here in your chamfer box and it should say 8. Okay, you want to type 1.25 in the dimension, or sorry, 0.125, and then you're going to click OK. And it actually, fillet rounds it. This kind of puts a little bit of a sharp edge on it. Now we want to fillet the 4 corners. So we're going to do 1, 2, and I'm going to turn it. To turn it, you click on your middle mouse key and the shift key at the same time, and that will allow you to kind of turn things around. So let's see, do we have, I'm going to do that again. And to be able to select 4 here, you might have to hold the shift key down while you do it. And then I'm going to go on up to my fillet. I should have 4 edges selected. I want the diameter to be 0.0625. I'm going to click OK. Okay, the final step for this assignment is to record the mass, volume, and density. So in the browser, this is the browser, you're going to right-click where it says 1.3.2 drill block. So you're going to right-click on that. And you are going to go down to where it says Properties. If I can find, there it is. I always lose it. So click on Properties. And a box will open up over here to the side. You want to go down here where it says Physical, so you can close the General and the Manage so you can see the physical. Here's your mass. Here's your volume. And then here's the density of the block. These 3 you need to type in Canvas when you submit this. So you'll type these into Canvas when you submit this. Okay. And at this point, you can go ahead and submit this file.